Samsung is going big with S25 Ultra and they are gearing up for the launch of S25 Ultra, but do you guys know Samsung is in big trouble? Samsung usually launch their phones in the first quarter. S23 Ultra was launched back in Feb and S24 Ultra was launched in Jan. And now a new report is out for the launch of S25 Ultra. This date is from Vietnam. There was a retailer who sent the survey to users in Vietnam. What do you guys wanted in your next Galaxy phone? And if you complete the survey, you'll get a 10% discount voucher on your next Galaxy purchase, mainly for the upcoming Galaxy S25 series. And they're gonna offer that voucher on Jan 5th, indicating Samsung may start the pre-reservation for the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now, here's a twist. As I mentioned, this is not from Samsung, this is from retailer. They don't know anything about the launch of S25 series, but usually Samsung start pre-reservation 10 days before they actually launch the phone, which means January 15th could be the launch date. This year, S24 Ultra launched on January 17, so we may see a similar launch date for the S25 series, but if you like the sharp corners on S24 Ultra, Samsung is offering big discounts on S24 Ultra, which you can check from prior listed in this video. Now recently, there was a wild rumor claiming S25 and Plus model might see an Exynos 2500. It is because we get the first ever Geekbench scores of S25 having Exynos 2500. But it is totally wrong. Universe confirmed this thing again. S25 series will going to feature a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor and will not adapt Exynos processor. This means we got a good news, but the bad news is from Samsung because Exynos 2500 yield is as low as 20% compared to 80% on TSMC based processors. Even Samsung is considering a partnership with TSMC for Exynos processors, a big blow for Samsung Foundry not keeping up with the expectations from Samsung. But at the end of the day, it is a win-win situation for users because the numbers on Snapdragon 8 Elite are massive. It scores 3,148 single-core score and 10,236 multi-core score. That's more than what was previously leaked. Even multi-core scores are more than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I would say way more than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now keep in mind, there are a few things we should pay attention to. First, the basic scores are clocked at 3.53 GHz. and 2 cores are clocked at 4.47 GHz. But what keeps me thinking, all models that were leaked before came with the 12 GB of RAM. Although it was leaked before, Samsung will launch a 16 GB of RAM option in the S25 Ultra, but even this model, which scores more than other, stays the same at 12 GB, which is okay being a base version. This is an overclocked version of Snapdragon 8 Elite, means made for Galaxy processor. Now looking at these numbers and even shared before from a different phone, Realme GT7 Pro, the phone was heating up and I'm a little bit worried about the battery life of S25 Ultra. I was not on S24 Ultra and now I'm a little bit worried how Samsung would manage the battery life on S25 Ultra. You know, every other company is increasing the battery. OnePlus 13 came with a 6000 mAh battery, but Samsung is sticking with the same 5000 mAh battery and same 45 watt of fast charger. This would be extremely difficult for Samsung to give us a better battery life compared to their predecessors. And I already shared the processor situation before. Let's hope Samsung would optimize it in a way to give us a better battery life. At least give us a closer to S24 Ultra or even better. But apart from battery and performance, the processor actually increased the cost of the new phone. The biggest hurdle this year we saw with Samsung was keeping the same price. S24 Ultra already saw a price increase and it was $100 more expensive than the iPhone 15 Pro Max and now even more expensive than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I'm talking about the launch price. But sources suggest due to the price hike in Snapdragon 8 Elite, Samsung will increase the price on S25 Ultra. And luckily, this year they're all going with the Snapdragon and there is no Exynos 2500, which means S25 entire series will going to get the same processor, but these devices will face a price hike. Don't know how much, but S24 Ultra launch price was $1,299. Maybe $1,350 or even going for $1,400 for S25 Ultra. This would be a risky move, since if they go close to $1,400, they might lose a lot of customers. Now the base model with the 256 gigs and 2 other models will be there. Interesting thing which you guys don't know is Samsung is finally bringing back the 16 gigs of RAM option in S25 Ultra. which means 512 gigs and 1 TB storage option might see a 16 gigs of RAM, and you can clearly see where the price is going. I'm expecting a similar price as a foldable phone, yes, a Z Fold 6. Now price is one thing, but did you guys know Samsung is still going for a cost-cutting strategy with the S25 series, and this is one of the bad decisions. Samsung is always ahead in display technology, where in S24 Ultra, Samsung used M13 panels, and later this year, Google and Apple both uses the new M14 panels. And now a recent report claims a major letdown for the S25 Ultra. According to ET News from South Korea, Samsung will going to equip S25 Ultra with the M13 panels, and they also mentioned the part suppliers along with it, which seems like this is true. Now the reason behind using an old technology is to control the cost of the end product. Have you guys heard a cost-cutting strategy from Samsung? Every year, Samsung did this with the SEs, and this year is no different. Now, as for the cost goes, it is already confirmed Samsung will going to increase the price on S25 series due to higher cost of a processor and more. Although ICE have different thoughts on this. According to him, as far as I know, Galaxy S25 Ultra has obviously improved in brightness, viewing angles, screen color accuracy, and many other aspects, and it looks much better to a naked eye. So I believe S25 Ultra to adapt M14 new material. Now he's guessing on behalf of a real-world usage. Maybe Samsung optimized the same M13 for better colors and all, although he claims M14 is coming, which is completely opposite of ET News claims. And as ICE claims it's brighter, that means we are going to see a 3000 nits of peak brightness. Now we don't know which one is right, but we hope ET News should be wrong. One UI 7 is coming, but S25 series will get the exclusive features with the One UI 7, the seamless software update, also known as AB partitioning. This will allow the phone to download the next big software update in the background, and when it's done with the downloading, you can reboot your device and get a new software, and it takes less time to install a new software update on your phone. This thing is related to hardware, which they already added in the Galaxy A55, which means previous Galaxy phones don't get this feature. Although Samsung didn't claim this feature coming for the S25 series, but if budget phone has it, no doubt S series will definitely have this feature. Samsung also added a new feature in the One UI 7, and it was more like a feature of Apple Intelligence. It's called AI notification, and please note, Samsung already added this feature in One UI 7 beta, so we cannot call this as a copy. But what this feature does is to summarize your notifications. Also, please note this feature will only be available in Korean language at the start, and later they will add a support for English and more languages. And this feature will not work on budget phones, and we are not sure if previous Galaxy phone would get this feature or not. I believe this would be a big battery drainer, as it will work constantly in the background for your notifications. Remember, if you like S24 Ultra boxier design, you can get big deals right now, which you can check from a product listed in this video. On this note, if you find value from this video, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.